What's up, baseball fans? So with the draft coming up soon, I wanted to put together a list of the best players to ever get drafted out of the first round. Before I get started, don't forget to subscribe down below so you don't miss any more baseball content. Some honorable mentions that didn't make my list are guys like Frank Thomas, Justin Verlander, Roy Halladay, Todd Helton, Craig Biggio, just to name a few. If you can think of any more, please put them down in the comments below. So with that, let's get started. At number 10 on my list, I have Clayton Kershaw. Drafted 7th overall out of high school in 2006, Kershaw is the first to appear on my list. At only 32 years old, Kershaw has already accomplished so much in his first 12 seasons, averaging 224 innings per season, along with an ERA of 3.03, winning 169 games, while striking out over 2,400 batters. He's already won the Cy Young Award on 3 separate occasions and still has plenty of gas left. However, with all the success that he's had, he's still yet to figure out the postseason, compiling a record of 9-11 along with an ERA of 4.43. In the end, though, it's possible he could end up near the top of this list when all is said and done. At number 9, I have Manny Ramirez. We might as well get the first polarizing player on this list out of the way here early. Drafted 13th overall by the Cleveland Indians in 1991, Manny Ramirez went on to become one of the best overall hitters in Major League history. For his career, he compiled a 69.3 wins above replacement, 555 homers that ranks 15th all-time, 1,831 RBIs that ranks 19th all-time, and a career 996 OPS. He never did win an MVP, but he finished top 5 on 4 separate occasions. He was a 12-time All-Star and won 2 World Series with the Red Sox, along with being named the World Series MVP in 2004. However, with all the good in Manny's career, there was a lot of controversy. His Red Sox career didn't end well as he ran himself out of town, getting into spats with the team, shoving a traveling secretary, and demanding a trade that ended up landing him with the Dodgers. His career also has a cloud of PED use over it, being suspended on 2 occasions for testing positive for PED use near the end of his career, with suspicions of PED use early in his career as well. In the end, though, Manny will go down as one of the best hitters of all time. At number 8, I have Mike Trout. Drafted 25th overall in 2009, yes, 25th. Mike Trout could easily be number 1 on this list when all is said and done, but for now, he'll stay in the 8th spot. Mike Trout has had arguably the best first 9 seasons out of any player in history, already compiling a wins above replacement of 72.8 and has averaged 39 homers, 102 RBIs, 27 stolen bases, and a 1,000 OPS. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2012 and has already won 3 MVPs since then, along with 7 Silver Sluggers, and is an 8-time All-Star. He's yet to make a postseason appearance, but with how good his resume is so far, it's a good bet that he'll add a World Series trophy to that eventually. At number 7, I have Mike Mussina. Drafted 20th overall by the Orioles in 1990, Mussina went on to have a solid Hall of Fame career. He won 270 games, had a career ERA of 3.68, struck out 2,813 batters, and had a career whip of 1.19. He spent the first 10 years of his career with the Orioles before moving on to the Yankees for the final 8 years of his career. He never won a Cy Young, but he did finish top 5 in the voting on 6 occasions, was a 5-time All-Star, and won 7 Gold Gloves. His last season was arguably his best, winning 20 games along with an ERA of 3.37. Mike Mussina was simply just very consistent and didn't really ever miss any time. He'll go down as one of the most underrated pitchers of all time. At number 6, I have Derek Jeter. Drafted number 6 out of high school in 1992, Derek Jeter had one of the most solid careers of all time. Playing all 20 seasons with the Yankees, he hit .310 with 3,465 hits, an on-base percentage of .377, and won 5 World Series rings during that time. His best season was in 1999 when he hit .349, 24 homers, and drove in 102 runs and had a .989 OPS and helped lead the Yankees to a World Series championship over the Braves. He never did win an MVP, but he did finish in the top 3 in voting on 3 separate occasions. He was Rookie of the Year in 1996 and was a 14-time All-Star. Derek Jeter will go down as one of the most ultimate winners of all time. At number 5, I have Chipper Jones. Drafted number 1 out of high school in 1990, Chipper Jones will go down as one of the best third basemen of all time. With a career wins above replacement of 85.3, Chipper hit .303, 468 homers, 2,726 hits, drove in 1,623 runs, and had an on-base percentage of .401. He won a World Series, an MVP, and was an 8-time All-Star. Chipper Jones played his entire career with the Braves from 1993 to 2012, and during that time he helped lead the Braves to a World Series championship in 1995 over the Cleveland Indians. He officially retired in 2012 and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2018. At number 4, I have Ken Griffey Jr. Drafted number 1 overall out of high school, Griffey had an amazing career. He's 7th all-time in home runs with 630, was a 13-time All-Star, and won an MVP. He played 11 seasons with the Mariners before he was traded to the Reds in 2000. People thought the Mariners were crazy for trading him, as many people thought they should try and re-sign him long-term, but Griffey wanted out. As ridiculous as it may sound, the Mariners did end up winning that trade, acquiring a package that included Mike Cameron, who was solid when he came to the Mariners. The Mariners went on to win a record 116 games after Griffey was traded, while Griffey dealt with numerous injuries during his time in Cincinnati. He did hit his 400th, 500th, and 600th homers with the Reds, but overall in his Reds career, he didn't really live up to the expectations. He ended up returning to Seattle for 2 seasons before officially retiring and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016. Griffey will go down as one of the most electric players to play the game and will always be remembered for that sweet swing. At number 3, I have Alex Rodriguez. Drafted number 1 overall out of high school by the Seattle Mariners, Alex Rodriguez had one of the best but possibly most polarizing careers of all time. For his career, he had a wins above replacement of 117.5 that ranks 16th all-time, 696 home runs that ranks 4th all-time, 2,086 RBIs that ranks 3rd all-time, 329 stolen bases, a 295 average, and a 380 on-base percentage. He won 3 MVPs, 1 World Series, and was a 14-time All-Star. In the beginning of his career, he played 7 seasons with the Mariners before signing a record 10-year, $252 million contract with the Texas Rangers. After having 3 losing seasons with the Rangers, he was nearly traded to the Red Sox, but the Players Union rejected restructuring his contract for the Red Sox to be able to fit his salary. When the deal was dead, the Yankees swooped in and traded for him, in which he then became their 3rd baseman for the next 10 seasons. With the Yankees, he won 2 MVPs and a World Series in 2009. However, what will always hang over his head is his admitted use of steroids. In the end, though, A-Rod will go down as one of the best players to ever step foot on the diamond. At number 2, I have Roger Clemens. Drafted 19th overall by the Red Sox in 1983, Clemens will go down as one of the best, if not the best pitchers of all time. Ranking 8th all-time in wins above replacement with 139.2, Clemens won 354 games that ranks 9th all-time, struck out 4,672 guys that ranks 3rd all-time, had an ERA of 3.06 and a whip of 1.15. He won 1 MVP, a record 7 Cy Youngs, 2 Triple Crowns, was an 11-time All-Star, and won 2 World Series with the Yankees in '99 and 2000. After playing 12 seasons in the beginning of his career with the Red Sox, in which he won an MVP and 3 Cy Youngs, people thought he had reached the twilight of his career, and he moved on to play for the Blue Jays. In those 2 seasons, he had back-to-back 20-win seasons that earned him back-to-back Cy Young awards, proving all the doubters wrong. He went on to play 5 seasons with the Yankees, in which he played in 4 World Series and won 2 of them. He then moved on to the Astros, appearing in 1 World Series and winning 1 more Cy Young Award. He finished his career in 2007 with the Yankees before officially retiring. However, there are people out there that will think his career is tainted due to accused PED use, but in the end, Clemens will go down as possibly the greatest pitcher that ever lived. And at number 1, I have Barry Bonds. I understand this could be a controversial pick, but at the end of the day, Barry Bonds put up some staggering numbers. He was drafted number 6 overall by the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1992, in which he played 7 seasons there and then 15 seasons with the San Francisco Giants. He's the all-time home run leader with 762. He's 4th all-time in wins above replacement with 162.8. For his career, he hit .298 and had a .444 on-base percentage. In 2004, he had a .609 on-base percentage. .609! That's just mind-boggling. He never did win a World Series, but he did make it to 1 in 2002 against the Angels. However, he was a 7-time MVP, a 14-time All-Star, won 12 Silver Sluggers, and 8 Gold Gloves. His career will always have a giant asterisk on it due to the cloud of steroid use that hangs above his head. In the end, though, steroids or not, Bonds will go down as one of the best players to ever live. So that's my list, and I understand some of these picks could be controversial, so let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you disagree? Do you agree with any of these picks? Let me know down below, but that's all I got for today. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.